like even if you made $2 million last year, there's something in you that want to do more, because when you have that money or whatever, that it helps so many people.
Hi, it's Kristen. I'm the owner and CEO of Wealth Ownership LLC. With Wealth Ownership, we focus on 7 specific areas of wellness and growth as we pursue wealth ownership. The first is wisdom, then ethereal and atomic, location, township, heart, and ownership. And today, we'll be focusing on wisdom, which is your mindset.
That always brings some new energy in, and just some new conversations. So I just wanted to talk today about a few things, particularly the topic of owning who you are, but I'll also take time to talk about some updates on what's been going on with the Wealth Tea, some things that I have planned for the Wealth Tea, on this course that I'm launching. If you haven't already been seeing me pop up with the Wealth Tea is Fuck, Aligned and Wealthy as Fuck course, that is something that is in the making. It is available for purchase already on the site, and giving someone the opportunity to really take time to dig into themselves. Part of the conversation again today is getting into owning who you are and really tapping into who you are, why you are how you are, and just really taking the best out of it. We all have, this space of new air, new light going into this new year, praying that we don't, create the same outcome as we did last year. But that takes work, that takes conscious decision, that takes the mental space, and it just takes a level of focus. And that's what I want to kind of guide you with today. I'm never in a space of being perfect or promoting about being perfect, but I want to kind of give you some of the things that I've been doing. So, but it takes action, it takes effort, it takes habit, it takes a lot of focused energy in order for you to really transform the life that you desire to live. I literally went from being comfortable with a good salary job, government benefits or health benefits, all of that, to being a full-time entrepreneur and being able to really survive in a great space. And now I'm in a space where it's thriving, where it's promoting. The teas are doing great, launching into a different area. As we move into a space of owning yourself, you have to give appreciation to who you are. Why you are in a space where you want to grow. And that comes with being diligent in how you show up in your day for yourself. Because then that's how you'll be able to show up for everyone else that you say you were doing this for. Whether it's, having a job, whether the reason why you're going to work isn't just for you to pay your bills, is to either make sure that you have a space where you're comfortable, and make sure that your family is thriving, children if you have them. Like, it's always for a reason. And we just have to continue to grow into our best selves. That's part of why I launched the Wealth Tea, and part of the reason why I titled it Wealth, and then T. It represents a totality way for us to be able to grow financially, to a secured space, to make sure that we're building intergenerational wealth for the long term. And the only way we can do that is when our foundations are solid, when we know who we are, when we know what we're working towards, and when we're being diligent and intentional with the work that we do, when we're having integrity and showing up in our business with integrity, when we're showing up in our workplaces with integrity, with purpose, with a drive, our lifestyle changes. When we give energy to being able to grow our mental space, we get to be able to grow into the next level of self. Like, at no point in life do we have to be who we were yesterday. Literally in every second you have a choice to be able to roll into your new higher vibrations. And it takes work, it takes intentionality, it takes knowing where you're going. Part of what I personally chose to do, I meditated. I asked for vision on what my next step, what my next goals will look like, and how we're moving into those goals. And I got a clear vision of what that looks like, and I'm so excited for it. And if you haven't taken that time, I highly recommend you taking time to sit down to really envision where you're going for your next level. To really take time to get an inner perspective. That's where our chakras, if you know, I'm the chakra lady, I'm the tea lady, right? The chakras are for you to be able to guide your energy spaces, for you to be able to not only walk in your humanly experience, but to also bring in that spiritual being. And that spiritual guidance is for you to be able to see those things that you may not be able to see with the two eyes that you have. It's being able to really close your eyes and still imagine everything as if you were looking at it anyway. And that's what you have to do in terms of your intentionality of figuring out who you are. You have to see it from the perspective of your spirit self too, not just what you see when you look in the mirror. Yeah, you can look in the mirror and define yourself and decide to take off all of the titles that everyone else has given you and decide to define yourself for yourself. That's an activity I want you to do, is to do that mirror work. But in addition to that mirror work, you want to go within. You want to meditate. You want to dream and have intentional dreams so that you can better see things from a different perspective. It's our goal in life, and I think this should be added on everyone's goal list, is to be able to find that perfect medium of walking in our earthly self and aligning that with our spiritual self and being able to move simultaneously. That should be the goal for everyone, because you literally get to vibrate at a higher level. Is it 555? Thank you for catching that. Tap in. Y'all already know. Go ahead and say y'all affirmations in the comments since y'all pointed out the alignment of our time and our synchronicity over here. I see it. I love it. So I just wanted to kind of bless y'all with that, like just something that I had to personally do. I definitely would recommend, like, part of why I wanted to talk about, actually let me look up the angel number 555 real quick. That kind of came to me, so that just in case those who don't know, you can kind of get into it. So if you don't already know, kind of like, this is a little sidetrack, but angel numbers are numbers that pop up to us. It's like a spiritual guide in a sense, to kind of give us a reminder of certain things at certain time frames. Like for me, for the last week and a half, the number 444 and 815 have been popping up randomly throughout the day, whether it's on somebody's license plate, whether it's me catching the timing. And I think one day I was meditating through the hour of 444, but when I woke up from my meditation, I got a text message that was sent to me at 444. So the numbers kind of show up to you during certain things to kind of bring awareness to what you need to focus on. But so the numbers kind of just show up for you to remind you as a reminder of like, hey, this is what you need to be working on. Hey, this is a message. So for me, the number 444 that has been popping up is a number that stands for just a reminder that my ancestors are with me. So the number 555 that y'all just caught, if you see 555 repeatedly, it is a message from your angels and spirit guides. Numbers are a special way that your angels and spirit guides can communicate with you. If you understand the meaning of these numbers, you can communicate with your angels and guides easily through the meaning of the numbers. When you see a repeated number pattern, it is your angels and guides getting you to pay attention. So whenever you see blah, 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 my apologies. So 5 is a number of change. If you look at the sacred geometry of the number 5, you see the top is looking towards the future and the bottom is facing towards the past. The lower portion of this number is also curved, which isn't a stable base. When you see the number 5, you might feel the foundation of your life shifting beneath your feet. 5 is a vibration that breaks up the status quo. It is revolutionary. It's radical. Whether you feel ready or not, your soul is ready for a change. So that's what y'all caught when you count the number 555. So there y'all go. Now you know that's another thing that you can do throughout your day is conscious. Be conscious of what you're seeing. Be conscious of the messages that your angels and your spirit guides are trying to send you, because they're communicating with you all day in different facets. Like for me, again, the number has been 444, which means that my ancestors have my back. That's basically what it's been saying, and just giving me the confidence to continue to walk the path that I've been walking in. I've been receiving so many confirmations from people, and I remember like this is the same thing that happened to me when I left my job in 2019. I just kept running into people, and I kept seeing things that was telling me to leave my job, over and over and over. And so now the message has been, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing, you're working in your purpose. And that's what my pursuit was all 2020. Like the reason why I left the job was because I knew that I couldn't pursue this life at its greatest capacity if I was holding on to that job. And that was just my personal take. I'm not asking none of y'all to quit your jobs, especially now that it seems a little bit easier now that you can work from home. So hold on to it as long as you can, save up, plan it out. But definitely take heed to what your surroundings are telling you. And part of that is, I guess, I'll slightly get into the chakras of just being able to create a space where those messages can come and be delivered to you. Because if you're not in a space where your body is healthy, because you'll see that as a calcified mind, your brain being calcified if you're not healthy, if you're not even aware of the messages that are possible to come to you, then you can't take advantage of the possibilities of what you can really create with yourself as a human person and as your spiritual self. So the reason why I use chakras to guide and to help people to heal themselves is because it gives you a platform to focus on. If you know what each chakra means, if you know how to acknowledge when a chakra is off, you know what to work on, you know where to go, you know how to facilitate your life a little bit better so that you're showing up as your best selves. And the T's, as you guys know, I'm Miss Wealth T. So the T's are aligned with each and every chakra, your energy centers, so that you can focus on those different areas, give it the boost that it needs. And then it's also the many health benefits of the herbs within it. So again, like once you give your body the space and the capacity to receive the messages, to be able to hear what your body is telling, to be able to feel those tingling sensations, then you can better see where your ancestors, where God, where the universe, where it's all guiding you to go, and the things that it's guiding you to do. So the chakras where I kind of launch within the Wealth Tea are your root chakra. Then you have your sacral chakra, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra. Your root chakra is the center of your space when it comes to security and groundedness. It is hugely attached to Mother Nature, to the universe. Well, I mean, not the universe. I'll say Mother Nature in a sense. It's your space of grounding, your space of being able to stand firm in your life. Sacral chakra is your space of pleasure. It's your space of creativity as well as sexuality. Is represented. Your root chakra is represented by the color red. The sacral chakra is represented by the color orange. So you'll see that in your life in terms of your ability to give birth to either a physical form of a child or birth to a project, birth to a business, birth to an opportunity, birth to an event. It's just being able to collectively give birth to something, using your creativity space and your sexuality to do so. Your solar plexus is your space of ego, wisdom, as well as willpower, and that's located like about 3 or 4 fingers right above your navel, and it's represented by the color yellow. So that's your space of self-identity. So ego is crazy that it's in that space in a sense, because usually our egos are misbalanced, because a lot of the time that we build on our own self-esteem based on how other people perceive us. So mind you, when we're first born, the first couple of years, basically how we are understanding life is through the perspective of how others are seeing us before we actually understand the power of our physical selves, before we understand how mirrors work, to being able to see ourselves and define ourselves. So a lot of, I think, our adult life, we are spending so much time redefining ourselves to make sure that it's in alignment with our innate purpose of being here. So that's where the heart chakra, this is a huge one. This is your portal from your grounding chakras on up to your spiritual chakras. So this is an important space to make sure that we are doing the work. The heart chakra is represented mostly by the color green, but sometimes you'll also see that it's represented by the color pink too. And this is your space of love, but also healing. This is a space where you have to make sure that you are giving forgiveness to everything that has hurt you, anything that you've done, anything that someone has done unto you, or anything that you allowed someone to do to you. You must heal in that space, forgive yourself and forgive everyone, so that you can continue to just maneuver in life with a lighter load. So this is a space where I recommend a lot of time and work and effort to make sure that you're good in this space, especially because it is that portal into your higher chakras. So your throat chakra, about to skip it. Your throat chakra is represented by the color blue. It's a lighter blue. And of course, this is about your ability to communicate and communicate effectively. It doesn't just stop at your ability to give out communication, but it also deals with how you perceive and receive communication. So it's heavy on your throat, but also your ears too. So let me not say throat, but your throat, your mouth, but your ears too, being able to receive it. And remember that there's areas of your communication where it comes to your body language. It comes to your the words that you say, and then it's also the tone that you say it, and that tones of whoever you're speaking to and how they're saying it to you, that work in regards to how you show up in your throat chakra. So just again, remember, don't just get caught up on how you're communicating, but also how you're receiving communication. Your third eye chakra is a space of vision. That's the word that I use, but typically you'll see the word awareness. Your ability to be aware of not just, the physical form, but your inner self. Like again, so if you close your eyes and you say, I want to see an apple, a red apple, you will be able to see that red apple and not have to use your eyes to do so. So it's a space where you get to really go within to see things in a different perspective in your spiritual self. That's just the gist of it. It's your ability to be aware of your spiritual well-being, your spiritual life, your spiritual self. And then your crown chakra, which is the seventh chakra, and your physical chakra system. There are many more chakras, but these are the base chakras. And your crown chakra is your chakra where it's represented by the color purple, but it's also represented by the color gold and white sometimes too. And this is your space to be able to define divinity, be able to connect with your spiritual guides, be able to connect with your ancestors, to be able to connect with God and however you define God, whether you say the universe, the vortex, Allah, like however you define God, that's between you and your God. So that's where that energy is, and that's where it's stored at. So with that being said, those are ways in which I personally use to track the progress in my life in different areas of life to make sure that I'm moving forward. So when it comes to owning who you are, you must not only, see the outer work of what you create, but that inner work too. Is the spaces that you're in, does it feel good to you within? Because we have those senses that kind of let us know if we're doing the right thing. Like when we're going out, but we say we ain't really want to go out. It could have been a sign that you should have stayed home and been with yourself. So it's being able to get to a point where you can really receive those messages without seeing the messages. Being able to be in tune with the universe. Like, again, seeing those angel numbers, as y'all pointed out earlier, to hearing someone communicate with you, but seeing the deeper message behind that. Because sometimes we get caught up on the words and don't pay attention to the meaning behind the words. So it's being able to really get to a point where you can work through all of these things, see those triggers, address them, and know how to maneuver through your day. Let me know if y'all have any questions too. So again, the reason why I launched into the teas was for you to be able to take time to give yourself some focused area of attention when it comes to your chakras, and when it comes to different areas of your life, and be able to just not only heal yourself in the spiritual realm, but also the physical too, as well as your mental. That's hugely important as well. The Aligned and Wealthy as Fuck course, it will be outlined through all of the chakras. We'll be meeting virtually again, more than likely to use the Zoom platform. And the goal is to have the classes will definitely at minimum be an hour, but I will stretch it to 2 hours depending on how much the tribe needs it. I mean, I'll base it based on the communication that I'm receiving. It'll be interactive too. So the first hour of it will definitely be, we'll introduce it with a meditation, bring into it, kind of getting ourselves grounded in the space based on that chakra. You'll have access, you'll have all of the teas with the purchase of the course. So so we'll use each teas as we got that week. With that chakra, so that kind of give you another layer of being intentional with that area of your life. So the course, so it'll be about a 10 to 15 minute meditation prior. Then we'll go into the lesson, the focus lessons, where I'll be teaching for about 30 to 45 minutes. After that, we'll kind of do another activity. I'm going to give you homework, things that you need to do in order for us to really activate those chakras. And then after that, it'll be more like a question and answer. Like if you're going through something, it's the space where you can kind of let it go, release it, get feedback from, and then we kind of work to cultivate each other that way. You'll also have access with the course to our Facebook group, where it's another layer of communication and community, where you can kind of communicate outside of the class hours to kind of talk to each other, get different, resources from one another, network with each other, because more than likely a lot of us are, entrepreneurs or business owners. And even if it comes to like careers, of being able to say, how do I, negotiate a promotion or whatever it might be, like just everything to do with excelling and elevating in life is the focus of this. But the purpose is for us to elevate with our spiritual life at the forefront too, of being able to walk that balance of being human and spiritual and elevated in both ways. I definitely highly recommend still getting into the course for you to be able to really dig deeper, because I'll personally be working with y'all to make sure that you're doing the homework, doing the assignments. I'll have people coming in to kind of sponsor yoga events virtually. Real estate, people talking about real estate and the power of real estate, because that gets into your root chakra, and making sure that you have a solid foundation and a place that you can call home, and the importance of it. Definitely getting over some sexual traumas, helping you through that, talking about businesses, how to launch a business, how to get LLCs. Like, it's going to be extremely worthwhile. And again, the power of it is that you're more than likely to build bonds with people that you never were going to connect with without this course, and really being able to have the encouragement that you need to live and accelerate through life. Again, like with it, you do get access to the Facebook group for the rest of your life, as long as Facebook is a thing, and you get to network with everyone that's in it, build relationships and really build upon each other. We'll be doing things that will work on your communication skills, kind of pushing you out your comfort zone, grabbing, like I'll more than likely also, not more than likely, but I'll be giving an assessment to kind of see where you are in terms of your spiritual and your chakra journey. And so that we can then see, how you were able to progress through the course. And then one of the other things, I'll have a couple more people kind of popping in throughout the course to teach. Everything in the course will be a tool that you can use for the rest of your life to ensure that you're moving towards your greatest power. So in regards to owning who you are, because that's what we're supposed to be talking about, there's a few ways that you can do mirror work in terms of defining yourself, and this taps into your solar plexus chakra. Like, all of the chakras kind of overlap in some form of way because they all help each other. However, with the solar chakra, the solar plexus chakra, this is a focus on self-reflection. Again, it's about ego, it's about self-identity. So one thing that I do when I need to elevate my self identity and owning up to the beast, the amazingness, the powerful woman that's in me, I do mirror work. After I get out the shower each and every day, I make sure that I'm lotioning and oiling myself. I really don't use lotion, but I use butters. So I make sure I'm doing that in front of the mirror. I'm looking at myself, reminding myself of how amazing I am, reminding myself how great I am. Sometimes it is harder on some days to believe it. So one thing I would recommend, if you're having one of those days where you can't really build into speaking life into yourself, YouTube it. YouTube affirmations for money, affirmation for a successful career, affirmation for business ownership, affirmations for love, like whatever you need to work on that day, have that playing so that you can build up the esteem, the self-esteem to be able to walk and speak existence to yourself. Like for the most part, instead of listening to music that does not stimulate my mind, I listen to YouTube videos and conversations, to playing affirmations. I play it all like while I'm driving. Or even during the day, like for sometimes you'll see when I'm on IG Live, like I'll have one of my AirPods, and I usually don't wear AirPods often because of the vibrations on it, or the radiation, let me say. So I'll have like a frequency playing in my ear, so it's constantly giving myself the boost and the stamina that I need to show up in my next level. And then with that heart chakra, you must forgive your old self for holding you back. We all have that time in which, like we identify with who we were, and that shows up in tomorrow, and we don't need that to happen. We don't need that old person reminding us that we can't do something. So we definitely have to speak life into our next levels as we continue to grow and pursue greater things. I know everyone, for the most part, does not, like even if you made $2 million last year, there's something in you that want to do more, because when you have that money or whatever, that it helps so many people. For me, with my herbs, I know that the herbs are helping people, so I want more people to be able to benefit. But that only happens when I can get to a level where I can, touch that many people. So there's always a way in which you should desire to grow. So you're speaking that life while you're looking in the mirror, looking directly at yourself. But also a part of you being able to grow to your next level is to be grateful for who you are now. Like even though we're moving past this person, you still want to be grateful for who you are and where you are now. Be proud of your skin. Be proud of your of who you are. Like it's okay, who I am today is who I am, who I need to be in order for me to grow for tomorrow. So another part and layer to me doing my affirmations in the mirror and doing my mirror work is to affirm that I am grateful for this body. I am grateful for this vessel that I've been blessed with. I'm grateful for my arms, my legs, my feet, my toes, my nose, my ears. I'm grateful for all of it because it motivates me to be able to do what I need to do each and every day, to be blessed with such an amazing body. Like literally speak life into all of it. So you want to give thanks for that portion of you, but then again, take time to speak life. Like I want my butt to be a little bigger. So this morning I was like, I am 135 pounds. I know I'm little, y'all. I'm really little. But the body has allowed me to do so much. I just want to be an extra 15 pounds, like, thicker. It's okay. We all have our preferences. So I speak like, damn, I'm excited about this, but, you want to speak life into what you desire too. Like just, and then see it as if it's already done. See the house that you already want to live in. Like you'll see your own house or wherever you are a little differently each and every day because you know that you are grateful for it, but you know what you're working towards. Because the house, the apartment that you're in now, is what you need to get you to that condo, that penthouse, that 10-acre house. Like it's there for a reason. You want to definitely before bed. So is there anything? So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to get into with the mirror work before I get into bedtime. That you want to also use that to figure out if you have any flaws. We have to address our flaws, our downfalls, our mistakes, so that we can learn from them and release it. Everything that we went through in 2020 had a purpose. The hardships, the tears, the late nights, the early mornings, the fights, the arguments, whatever it was, they all had a purpose. But it's time in terms of you having to sit with what you did, what you had to go through, and be okay with it. But also know to let go what you need to let go. So that's another aspect to your mirror work. Some people even do what's called shadow work to see the darker parts of you. If you feel like there's things that that are negative in your life that you personally do or have allowed someone to do to you that you are still holding on to. This is also that time, and you don't have to spend like 1,000,000 hours in the mirror. literally just give yourself to build up the habit. Give yourself, while you're moisturizing, of you brushing your teeth, do the work so that it's like it's already, you know, like you don't have to set aside another layer of 15 to 30 minutes to do this. You're already in the mirror, and assuming you're already, you know, taking time to lotion and brush your teeth anyway, to put clothes on. Just now do it in front of a mirror so that you can do your inner work too. And then you do that inner work so that you have the outside results that you desire. The thing that I do at night to help me get to the level in which I want to be is I give intentions to, I'm trying to figure out why my music stopped playing. I give intentions to what I desire to see. The part at night that I do is before bed. One, I take time to visualize, and you know, I have to take all day, but I visualize the day that I had and remember things that I want to personally work on, things that, you know, I don't necessarily want to carry into my next day. I address it and then I release it. Like, literally speaking life into it. For instance, I was going through a period where my skin, like, I'm allergic to hazelnuts. At least that's what my doctor said. That's what they said. So at some point, like, I just kept having hives on my skin, and it became normal to see them every day. Like, I started to really become accepting of these hives popping up on my skin, and just like, all right, well, I just got to figure out what I ate that had hazelnut in it. And I was like, no, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this. Like, it's no way like that I'm eating hazelnuts in everything that I eat. So I literally put my hand over one of the hives and just say, I'm done with you. I don't know what's going on, but you're not going to control my body. You will no longer exist, and I'm moving on, and I'm moving past this. And I think I've only broken out one time since. It's been about 2 weeks now. The other time, like, I was literally breaking out every day. So you have to acknowledge where you are, but also give space where you tell that piece of you that you may not be okay with, or that you want to outgrow, or that you just want to be better in, and speak to that. Re-see that time in which you had an argument at work, or you sent the email that you shouldn't have sent. Re-see yourself rewriting that email and then pressing send. That way you're programming your mind to do it differently the next time. You're not making it okay to keep doing the same and making the same mistakes. So you want to do that before bed. And then on your way to bed, after that activity is done, ask a question. Ask a question, and literally ask it with passion. Like, am I on the right path? Am I doing everything that I can do in order to really represent you well? And you is God to me. Like, literally everything that I do is for me to be able to say, God, I did this for you, and you blessed me to be able to get it done. And to also show you that everything is possible through your God, your universe, whomever, however you identify your higher self, your higher being. So, like, just find the question that works for you. Like, how can I show up better tomorrow? How can I communicate better? What have I done today that was great that you would like me to see do even more? And then those ideas, or that will kind of guide how you go to sleep and how you wake up the next day. Like, the most powerful thing that you can do, and I learned this in business, is one, write out your goals the day before so that you're already on task the next day. So it's the same thing with your mindset. Set your mindset the night before so that when you wake up the next day, you're already on point. And now during the day, you just have to continue to reaffirm what your goal is. You have to reaffirm who you are showing yourself up to be. So, I think I gave a lot of information tonight. Thank you. I wanted to just have that conversation because those are some of the things that I've been honing in on. Like, we have so much more in us. Literally, millionaires were created last year. So we want to continue that energy to be able to be a part of the wave of setting ourselves to be wealthy as fuck, aligned and wealthy as fuck. That way we're bringing and acknowledging our spiritual selves into our new way of seeing life. And there's so many other things that I want to share with you guys, but you have to be a part of the tribe. It's going to be well worth it. If you missed the details of it earlier, just trust me, it's going to be worth every penny, everything that you can imagine. We're definitely going to be very intentional with every single class to create that intergenerational wealth that we all desire to do. Breaking those curses. I don't know why I was about to say that word wrong. Breaking those curses and just bringing life to the great things that our ancestors have given us, the gifts that they have given us. And we do it better when we're doing it together. I am not gender specific about this course. You feel like, you're in need of accelerating in life, but still maintaining your spiritual growth, then this is definitely the course for you. I stand by everything that is in this course. It's, again, just so intentional. I'll be bringing so many well-known leaders into it for you to be able to learn from and pick up different tools that you can use each and every day, each second of the day, to continue to accelerate your well-being in a major way. So let's hit these goals together. There's no point of us doing it separately or by ourselves when we can literally do it as a tribe together. And you get to have all the teas while you're doing it. So that's a bonus in itself. I have received so much great feedback about the teas and about, just how they've helped so many people. I got to do better with putting my reviews up, but you can check the site. The reviews on the teas are amazing, and the support is huge. I appreciate all of you who continue to just be a blessing with me and grow with me in this process.
So, you made it to the end, which means you must have found something valuable in today's conversation, something that was worthwhile, something that was worth listening to. And if you did find value, feel free to click on the link that's below to check out our website. Don't forget to subscribe, share this information with a friend, and always look for more updates as we continue to put out more information about chakras, about healing, about guided meditation, and about our coaching services. So much more. And I appreciate you for joining me today.